They always learn too late. That's the curse of the world. People never understand your worth until they've already broken it, bruised it, and pushed it to the edge. They don't see the fire in you until it burns them. They don't see the strength in you until it crushes them. They don't see the power in you until it's too late to take it back. They thought you were weak, quiet, easy to ignore, easy to replace, easy to wound. But life has a strange sense of justice. It turns quiet people into storms, ignored souls into revelations, and wounded hearts into weapons. You were never their afterthought. You were their lesson. A lesson they refused to learn when they had the chance. Now they will learn too late. They didn't pay attention when you were breaking silently. They didn't care when you were drowning internally. They didn't stop when you needed them the most. They watched you fall and called it your fault. They watched you bleed and called it drama. They watched you suffer and called it overreacting. But time does something to people like you. It sharpens them, hardens them, builds them differently. Pain didn't destroy you. It remade you. It re-engineered your soul. It rewired your instincts. It forced you to become someone unrecognizable. Someone they can't bully, can't break, can't control. Now you walk differently. You speak with weight. You stand without shaking. Oh, your silence became the thing they fear the most. Because silence is not weakness. Silence is power with its teeth hidden. They always learn too late. When you stop chasing, when you stop explaining, when you stop fixing everything they ruin, that's when the truth hits them. You were the glue. You were the warmth. You were the heart. You were the energy that kept everything alive. And when you pulled back, everything they took for granted collapsed. Suddenly they realized it wasn't luck. It wasn't coincidence. It was you. You were the blessing they mishandled, the miracle they misread, the loyalty they misused, and the love they mistook for weakness. But now the door is closed, locked, gone, and they're just standing outside, recognizing your value at the worst possible time, when you don't need them anymore. Too late to apologize, too late to fix what they shattered, too late to return what they stole, too late to clean the damage they created with their own hands. Because you're not waiting, you're not begging, you're not holding on to ghosts. You outgrew them, you outlived the pain, you outgrew the version of yourself who tolerated their chaos. You became something bigger, something stronger, something untouchable. And that realization, it hits them like lightning, painful, sudden, unrecoverable. They will learn too late. They will learn too late that your kindness had a limit, that your heart wasn't infinite, that your forgiveness was a privilege, that your loyalty was a rare gift. They will learn too late that you were the only one who ever cared without conditions, the only one who listened without judgment, the only one who stayed when everyone else walked away. But they didn't respect that. They didn't value it. They thought they had time. They thought you'd always tolerate their disrespect. They thought you'd never leave. But life teaches even the stubborn, even the arrogant, even the blind. And now they're finally seeing the truth, but only because you're gone. They will learn too late that losing you wasn't losing a person. It was losing an entire world. Your presence was peace. Your voice was comfort. Your support was stability. Your energy was healing. But they mistook your softness for weakness, your patience for permission, your silence for surrender. They didn't know silence could turn into a storm. They didn't know absence could scream louder than words. They didn't know letting go could become the greatest revenge. Empty, confused, regretful. Regret always arrives on time. Realization comes cruelly late. Now they watch you rise. They watch you glow. They watch you rebuild everything they tried to destroy. They'll deny it, of course. Pretend it doesn't bother them. Act like they're unaffected. But deep down, they know. They know they lost something irreplaceable. They know they pushed away something rare. They know they misjudged someone unforgettable. They will learn too late. And when they finally look back, when they finally understand your worth, when they finally realize what you were, they'll break in ways you never did. Because losing someone who loved you is painful, but losing someone who loved you right is destruction. They will feel that destruction. They will taste that regret. They will drown in that emptiness. But you'll be long gone, untouchable, unreachable, unapologetically alive. Let them learn late. Let them regret. Let them watch your evolution from the distance they created. Your story isn't about revenge. It's about rebirth. It's about becoming someone they can never hurt again. Someone they can never replace. Someone they can never reach. Because when you healed, you didn't just rise. You ascended. But slowly, painfully, too late. People think consequences are instant. They think karma works like lightning, striking as soon as the mistake is made. But life is patient. Life waits. Life watches. It collects everything they've done. Every lie. Every betrayal. Every manipulation. Every wound they caused behind their smiles. And life hands it back to them all at once. That's when they finally understand. But by then, it's too late. They will learn too late that the person they thought was replaceable was actually the backbone of their entire world. They will look around, searching for familiarity, searching for comfort. But everything will feel cold, empty, wrong. Because the light they used to take for granted, it didn't dim. It simply moved, it followed you. Their world collapses into the darkness they created. They will learn too late that you weren't weak for caring. You weren't foolish for giving. loving. You weren't naive for loving with an open heart. You were strong, stronger than anyone realized. Because it takes power to love in a world that teaches you not to. It takes courage to trust when trust has teeth. It takes a warrior's soul to keep showing up after every disappointment. But they mistook your strength for softness, your warmth for vulnerability, your heart for a target. And that mistake, that's what destroys them in the end. They will learn too late that pain shapes people, but it shaped you into something lethal. Not angry, not bitter, just evolved. You became the version of yourself that doesn't break under pressure. You became the storm they can't outrun, the silence they can't read, the lesson they can't forget, the distance they can't cross. And your enlightenment? It's the one thing they fear more than losing you. They will learn too late that you're no longer affected by their words, their absence, their actions, their opinions. You reached a point where their power faded, where their existence no longer mattered, where their name didn't trigger pain, just disinterest. The chains they once wrapped around you turned to dust, their influence evaporated, their grip shattered. And that's when fear hits them. Not fear of losing you, but fear of being forgotten by you. They will learn too late that you didn't walk away out of anger. You walked away because your spirit outgrew them. Your soul demanded evolution. Your heart needed peace. And peace doesn't negotiate. Peace doesn't beg. Peace doesn't lower its standards for anyone. Is the one they'll regret for the rest of their life. They will learn too late that you were the only one who loved with sincerity. Everyone else gave them convenience, temporary attention, half-hearted loyalty. But what you gave was rare, the kind of rare that doesn't come twice. They will search for you in others, in every face, in every voice, in every connection. But no one will ever match the depth you offered so freely, and that realization will suffocate them. They will learn too late that the door you closed was not a punishment, it was protection. You weren't rejecting them, you were saving yourself. And now they stand outside the door they assumed would always be open, knocking, begging, regretting. But you've already outgrown that chapter. You aren't bitter, you aren't angry, you're simply done. Done with pain disguised as love, done with lies packaged as promises, done with people who leave and return like life is a revolving door. Your story continues without them. They will learn too late that the strongest version of you was born from their absence, that you built a new life from the rubble of their choices, that you created a future they don't belong in anymore. They will see your glow, your progress, your evolution, and it will haunt them, not because they want you back, but because deep inside, they know they never deserved you in the first place. So let them learn late. Let them break under the weight of their regret. Let them taste the bitter truth they refused to swallow when you were still trying to love them. You just keep moving forward, with your standards high, your boundaries sharp, your heart healed, your energy untouchable. Because the moment you chose your peace, your purpose, your power, that's the moment you won. They failed you, but you didn't fail yourself. Let them learn too late. Let them watch your rise. Let them feel the punishment of their own actions. Because you're no longer the person they underestimated. You're the person they'll regret losing for the rest of their life.